Hi, Sparty Al here. I want to show you my improved solar oven. This is it in its collapsed form. What you have over here is the old solar oven, and I'll talk about that in a second. I'm also going to show you the Campbell cooker, real briefly. But I first want to talk about why it's important. Many of you on the East Coast are now aware that electricity doesn't always come out of the wall. In an emergency situation, you might be without power for a while. That's pretty much why I got started with this project of mine, because I was without power one day and what I wanted was just a hot cup of coffee before going to work. So let me show you the Campbell cooker first of all. It really comes down to this one item here. This one item is a sink drain, and all it does is keep cans the exact distance away you need to heat items. So here's the tea candle. All you do is you light it, put this strainer over it, put a can of SpaghettiOs, raviolis, anything that you just want to warm up. Always vent the can. So just pop it open, put it on top of that, and in 2 hours that'll be warm enough to eat. You can also find a container like this and pour water in there. You can heat rice. Make sure the lid fits snugly and put it over there, heat it for a couple hours. So that's really the Campbell cooker, and what it comes down to is a $1 investment. Buy yourself some tea candles. You have what you need in an emergency situation to warm up water. It will warm up water beyond the 212 degree, which is the pasteurization temperature. Let's also talk now about the solar oven. This is the old configuration over here. Basically what it was is a giant pickle jar with a aluminum container inside of it. Now what you do is you paint the aluminum container black. In this configuration, like this, in this shiny surface, it will heat 24 ounces of water to 250 degrees. And again, 212 being the critical temperature to pasteurize your water. So the problem is, this container here, the mouth is so small, you have no real way of cooking in it. So I looked around for a way that I could cook food and heat water, and that's when I came up with this configuration. This is basically a 1-gallon fish bowl. It has a wider opening. I put this weather stripping down so that it seals tightly, doesn't let the air out. And then I found a 48-ounce pickle jar. Nice thing about the pickle jar, wider opening, you can fit things in there, you can stir, and in this configuration all you have to do is put it like that and you can have a meal, 48 ounces. Well, I looked longer and harder and I found a bigger pickle jar. So this is the final configuration. This is a 60-ounce pickle jar, and again, very wide opening, painted black. Put what you're going to heat in there, put this jar over it, and in a couple hours it'll heat to about 230 degrees. For some reason the glass is not as productive as the aluminum, but definitely over the 212 degrees you need to pasteurize your water. And so I'll show it to you here, how it looks when you set it up. And all you do is you point it directly at the sun, and this shiny material will reflect against the black and it'll heat it up. This is simple ways of keeping you safe during an emergency situation. You can heat your water either method, and it's something to consider to have on hand. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.